Okay, and what we're going to do here is learn how to chop up, or what I call chunk, a long sound file into equally um, timed time duration segments for upload into virtual worlds like Second Life and others in OpenSims. So I'm going to open Audacity. Now this is version 2.0.5, and this is the only version that does it exactly this way. Some newer versions apparently don't even have this function, which is most unfortunate because this is very handy for our application here. So again, version 2.0.5, you can look it up online and you will be able to find that particular version and download it for free. So first I'm going to go to File and open the file that I would like to chop into equally timed bits. And let's see, it is listed down here. Here it is. This is a piece of ambient music that I am going to chop into chunks for a customer who would like to be able to play this in the background in their virtual home. Um, so now that the file is open, we see that it is roughly 5 minutes 20 seconds long. You'll see here that I have um, a silence built into the end of this file. That is deliberate. I've got about 15 seconds there. And I do that to give myself a little leeway. I'll explain how and why in just a second. I'm going to go from the right of the file and hold my left click key down to highlight the entire file. Then I'm going to go to Analyze. I'm going to select Regular Interval Labels. Here we have a number of fields that we need to fill in with the information that will apply to our project. So we start from 0, of course, time to place first label. And I should say that label is the name of the file. So we are going to name this set of files a particular label or name. So next we keep label placement method at label interval, and we're going to define our label interval, and that is going to be 9.566 seconds. So that is telling it I want each file to be exactly 9.566 seconds in time duration. Since I have chosen a specific number, the number of labels is irrelevant, so it's ignored by the software. We go to the next thing, the label text. So I'm going to name or label this set of files with a name. And I am going to go down to the next field here, the minimum number of digits in label. And this is going to define what comes after the file name because we want it to be numbered in sequential order. So I'm going to select two digits after the file name. So that is after label. I select that. Begin numbering from 1 remains the same. Add final label. No, thank you. Adjust label interval to fit length. No. And this will give us one. The final sound file is going to be either longer or shorter than all of the other files. That is why I have placed the silence there. So the last file that pops up once we chunk this is going to be irrelevant because it will be only silent, so we'll just ignore and delete that file using all the rest. and leaving, in this case, what will be approximately 3 seconds of silence after the piece of ambient music ends, and then using the sequence sound script to play it back in our virtual world, it will play all of this the set of sounds in sequential order, and and then have roughly 3 seconds of silence, and then it will just loop back to the beginning and fade back in. Okay, so now that we have uh, entered the information for all of these fields, we say okay, and boom, here we see all of the chunks of this sound file. We see from left to right, and well, left and down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. And it's going up to, it looks like 33 or 34. Yes, looks like 34 sound files. So we're going to say now go to File, and we are going to export these onto our hard drive. I have already pre-selected the file that I want all of these to go to so that I know where I'm going to find them once it's done. And I'm going to say that these are all set to their uh, the proper instructions here. And so I'm going to select export, and it's going to go boom. Okay, here is number one. And see, it's the file name with the letter 01 coming after. And so I'm going to say okay, comes up to 2, okay, 3, 4, etc. You can click OK as quickly as you want. Get through the set like this, like this. Okay, we're getting near the end, and it's 30, 33, 34, boom, 34 files. Okay, now they are made, but we do not have them on our hard drive yet. So what we do now is we go to File, Export Multiple, and this is just going to dump them to the folder that I have chosen. And all of these other uh, all of these other instructions are correct. And you can, if you've made a mistake one time, rather than kill all those files, you can just say, oops, I made a mistake, so override the existing files with the same name, and boom, export. And here they go. Here's number 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, so now I'm going to have 2 sets of these. Oh no, I'll only have 1 set. Um, and there we have it. So these have been exported. Remember, I've got file number 34 is going to be silent, so I'm only going to be using 1 through 33 to upload into the virtual world, at which time I will then place all of the sounds in an object and add the script that I want it to be played back with, whether it be the play sound order script. For example, when it's clicked, it plays all those sounds in order once and then stops, or sequenced sounds, wherein it will play all of the sounds, go through its 3 seconds of silence, and then come back and start playing again. So it will just loop it forever until the prim is removed or the object is removed. That is how it's done, and it's way simpler than doing it by just manually going in and chopping each sound chunk into 9.566 seconds time duration. That is very time consuming. This is far less time consuming. Further, once you have done this, Audacity is going to remember the sound settings where you're at. So you don't have to go through all that the next time you do it. You just make sure all of your instructions are right. You'll need to be very attentive and make sure all of them are selected properly. But that's it. It's much easier than doing it manually. This is the end of this lesson.